Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm having a pretty good day. It is really windy out. Doug went out. He had somebody come up and pick up a motor and had to load it with the tractor. And he said it's like super freezing out. So it's, like I said, windy, or did I say that? Anyway, I'm going to be going out later to feed the kitties because I know they had a lot from yesterday still. So I've been just taking my time and having a lazy Sunday. I might do something later. Well, yeah, I'll be going out, but that's probably about it. I was thinking about people on Facebook. What a bunch of narcissists. Not all of them. And honestly, if it wasn't for a few of my family members that I know are over there and see what I post, I probably wouldn't be on there at all. Well, I have a few friends that are pretty cool, and for them too, but otherwise, like there's this one dude approximately my age, and he's a widower, and I can see why his wife died. Bad joke. Um, but I think he got on there expecting, like a lot of men, that they're going to get to know people through Facebook, and it's not a dating site at all. And there are groups for widowers, and there's groups for single people, and not on people's individual pages and in their private messages. So, yeah, some of my language has been a little bit crass and rude and crude the last couple days. And yes, that's my true colors. I do get like that once in a while. And I enjoy it. And I'll tell you in a minute why I enjoy it so much. Because they're pricks, for real. Somebody trying to guilt trip me because I did have it's complicated on my status, which it is. I gave my estranged spouse a letter of divorcement. It doesn't get more complicated than that, you know. And that's honest. So I'm being honest, and I have some prick wanting to get to know me and then get angry at me and try to guilt trip me when, he doesn't get his way, and then act like he's godly and share all these beautiful posts about God and everything. And then one today, like, I only give my heart to the ones that are worthy, and won't ever like any of my posts that are like totally either hilarious or sweet or wherever. It's like, go away. I used to do a deep clean on my Facebook, and I haven't done that for quite some time. But I'm just gonna go in when I have some time. It'll probably be this coming month, and it's not people that I know that watch my posts all the time and don't comment because they have maybe a spiritual reason or a marital reason or whatever in that respect, and that is respect. I do understand that. But people that give me a bad vibe every time I see one of their posts because they're not there for the friendship, they're going to be out of there. And ones that are just like deadbeats and they're just hanging around like loose meat on a butcher's rack, they might be gone too. I don't know. That I mean, it's not how many people you have in your life, it is the quality. So, I mean, if somebody thinks I'm not worthy of somebody's heart, even to be your friend, you need to get the fuck up out of my life, you know. And this is directed to one person in particular. And I've snoozed from them for like 30 days, different times. It's like, dude, you really got some emotional problems. Yes, so do I, and I'll talk about them, but I don't try and hide it behind the fact that I'm a Christian, so like I don't have any bad feelings. No, dink, you're a narcissist, you know. So that's what my it's animosity. I can't stand these fuckers. I've had it all my life. It's time this shit ends. What are you gonna do? Wait until I'm um, like if my hair ever turns like totally gray, like you gonna leave me alone then? you know? Whatever. Some men don't care what they go after anyway. And there's a lot of young men trying to talk to me too. It's like, what is your problem? I am not a pedophile. Get out of here. You're sickening. Sick. you know. So that's what's going on my day. You know, it's true. You know, shit. Why would I go out with a baby? I raise children. I don't need to raise no boy. you know, even a man that thinks that my heart isn't good, you got super duper mental problems, dude. Go play with somebody else. Not me. Not here. it's not working. So anyway, yeah. So I got some work to do over on my Facebook page coming up here. Um, I have a letter, a real emotional letter I have to write, and couple other things like that kitty house. We have some warm weather coming up where we're going to be doing more in there. So I've got plenty of things to do, but yeah, I'm just kind of talking, telling you what's on my mind today. Same day, different shovel. So there's always something to complain about in the world, isn't there? That's something else. What if I wanted to celebrate Thanksgiving and call it Unthanksgiving Day? I give thanks to God every day for the small things, you know. Um, what if I want to have an unthankful giving, you know? Well, that would maybe be more Satanistic, but who says? Maybe God says you can have an unthankful day. You don't have to grovel at anybody's feet. He wouldn't want that. I know that. I'm not encouraging you to be a jerk. Don't be a jerk like me. Just be your own kind of jerk. We're all good at that anyway, huh? Ooh, a friend of mine one time said in front of Doug, you know what a man is? He takes, or how a man walks, he takes one jerk at a time. That was funny. I almost didn't get it at first, or I tried not to. Like, whoa, did you just say that? yeah, but anyway, yeah. Oh, I did share a Dr. Grande. He's a psychiatrist, and he analyzes narcissists a lot. And it seemed just like perfect timing. He had this video that I shared, excuse me, on Facebook about narcissism and 5 signs of narcissism. And there's a whole lot more signs, but these are just some in particular. So it's just nice to know. And another thing that's cool about him, too, is he wrote on a video, it was something about this one guy that thought he was Jesus of Nazareth, but yet he couldn't speak any other language but English, and said he was incarnated, but didn't know that the original language that Jesus spoke was Aramaic. It was pre-Hebrew. Wasn't even Hebrew. It's a whole another language, closer to Syrian, you know. So how could we possibly get the word of what Christ spoke when his words are written in another language with entirely different meanings? And yes, that's all contrived. So I did have kind of a rough night sleeping. It's I think it well, and then it snowed a little bit last night, so it was like the real bone chilling kind of wet coldness. So I woke up kind of sore. So that could be half of my crabbies. It's like even when I'm crabby, I'm not really like the things I wrote on Facebook. I wrote one post that um calling people cacti and pricks, spelt with two C's, which I'll probably name this video. Um that that site was made for professionals promoting their business and friendship. It's not a dating site. So um I'm sure he'll get the point. Get it? Ooh, talk about cacti. My Canadian friends will get a kick out of this. Just a minute here. You'll know just what I'm talking about if you know the area. Do you know up above Moose Jaw? I was up there farming for a rancher I worked with. Oh, I had taken the fuel up and then spent a day up in the tractor on the field and whatnot, and a couple different times for that reason. That's why I say I had been to Canada more than just going over through immigration or whatever you call it, the border up there. But actually, they owned land, so it just went from Montana up into their land there. Think or was is that Alberta? I can't remember. Okay, just a minute. So here's 17 or 18-year-old dingbat me gets out of the truck, and I had my Irish setter with me, so I let him out so he could run around on the thousands of acres. I mean, like one field was like 4,000 acres of wheat. And so then they had some hay fields up there too and some other things. So um, I jump out of the truck and had moccasins on. And I didn't know Canada had cacti. And ouch. They had pear cactus just like they do in Texas, which I had no clue. You know, I sure found out the hard way. Yeah, that was rough. And you wouldn't think them little buggers could go through uh moccasins, buckskin, but it did. So yeah. Yeah, my lighting's kind of goofy in here today. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think today. Today's one of them days. I'm basically getting on here because I know somebody that is really being tortured, and just the emotional abuse down to a minimum helps a person's heart when they know somebody else can feel them. And like I've said before, there's plenty of you that I know are going through it to one extent or another. It's just who you're dealing with. How skilled are they at torturing you, or what are they willing to deal with if you fight back? You know that type of thing. So, or even play some of their games in, or just entirely ignore them. And I've found that that's probably the best route to go. Um, no arguments, no bullshit. Just if you have to communicate with the person, just make it like a business deal. It's like it's the way you want things, and that's the way it's going to be. And that's all you can do, you know. So I stopped wanting a relationship. I mean, deep in my heart, I would love to have one that ideally the person would be as tender hearted as I am and not want to be abusive. But I find myself being more abusive in a situation, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of having to counteract something that was done to me, you know. And that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm being pressured by people that say they're my friends or say they love me, and that's not love. It's like if you put a icky feeling in somebody's heart, that's not loving, you know. So that's how I'm going to go through my Facebook. I'm going to consider the person. Does their joy they bring me outweigh the non-joy or not? And that's how I'm going to deal with it from there. So, yeah. Yeah, because I do like I say have family on there. I even have some family that just kind of watch what I'm doing, and I'm even considering, is it even worth seeing their name there and not talking to them unless I initiate it, or if they do, it's only once in a while, and it's like, is that even worth it? You know, it's like, yeah, probably not, you know. Or if they do initiate something, I don't know, it seems like I'm around a lot of people that paint their life as just spectacular and magnificent, and here I am out here bearing my soul to the whole world, and what a low life I am, huh? It's like, yeah, I'm the only one in the world that will speak from the depth of my heart, you know. Nobody else goes that deep, you know. Yeah. And why? What's the big deal? You know, that's the part I don't understand. It's like, whether it be a doctor or a lawyer or whoever, um, you know, uh, what's the big deal? You know, and with the younger men, there's some that share posts that are pretty good posts, but would take something of mine that's entirely in depth, full of information, and just go right past it. Maybe not everything that I share is perfect or to their liking, or there's other ones, like I say, that they think I want something that I definitely do not want. Then there's other ones that are young and they're trying to preach. This is not pointed at anybody on YouTube. They're trying to preach the word of God with a cold, or I won't say anybody on YouTube. This isn't pointed to any of my friends on YouTube. Um, the younger people preaching with a cold heart. It's like, get your little ass out of my life, you stupid. I'm sick of you. You know, it's like, um, pass around love your neighbor and then forget that everybody's your neighbor and not even talk to them. Who are you impressing? You know, I'd like to impress you too, like with a sledgehammer on your head. I'm serious. So, yeah, I got some cleaning to do. Then I'll feel better. I used to do it like once a month. I call it my spring cleaning, you know. And I added a few other people now. Few ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, they won't be assholes, you know. So, I mean, they don't have to like everything that I share. I'm not saying that at all. And if they appreciate me and never say a word, but you still get a vibe off of people. And if they share something and they think they're glorious and then they won't even like anything, it's like, God, I just don't get it, you know. You're scrolling through. How long does it take just to go boink on something one time, you know? It's like, whatever. Whatever. I don't get it. What the hell you doing there? I know somebody off of YouTube that's on there that sees my posts and gets a variant of information unless I'm in a mood like today, which isn't too informative unless you're feeling like I am. And then you might get a little bit of a laugh or at least Hey, I love you. Here's a electronic hug from mom type grandma, sister in Christ, that type of, you know, because, yeah, it's just like yesterday, one of my friends, and she just had twins. Her husband got sick. They put him in the hospital. They wanted to put him in coma and put him on respirator because of this so-called disease, flu thing. And he's doing better now. But yesterday shared a post, and this surprised me, but it was funny, so I shared it. It said, calling people Karen is getting boring. Um, just act like an adult and call them a cunt. I'm like, yes, I'm feeling you, So, yeah, that was funny. So, yeah, we all have our days. That's all I'm saying. And what better way to express it than to be a little crass sometimes? And if people are acting all lily white in one respect and then are truly cold hearted assholes, I found that swearing at them is a good thing because they won't do that, but you will, you know? So for me, and once again, I'm not promoting that you use foul language at anybody. I don't think it's always appropriate, but some days it is. Excuse me, I'm going to have another cigarette with you. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's really, and it is a form of narcissism to withhold your feelings towards people. um, it's really not who we are meant to be, and that's as far away from my personality. And I never, ever want to be like that towards anybody, even these mean ones. So that makes me, at times, interact with them, but then I feel like a dumbass for being like that. And that's loving your neighbor or your enemy as yourself, but I still feel like a dumbass for doing it. So I'm feeling like a dumbass today for allowing some pricks, whether they be male or female, infiltrate my life. So yeah. Anyway, how rude, just rude, rude of them, you know. Anytime too, and I've been thinking lately of contacting my adopted mom just to see, like she's, I think, 88 now. But the last time I talked to her, she just sounded as cold as she always is. So every time I think about picking up that phone, it's like I could just slap myself. It's like, no, no, I can't. I just can't. If God puts it in her heart, Doug thinks right before she dies that she'll see God. Um, well, maybe, maybe. Then I'll certainly know. you know, if she before she dies wants to contact me, because I walked away from them. I walked away from all the money. My dad told me if I stayed here with Doug and I married Doug, that um I could just I was welcome to come to their house, but he wasn't. And I told him he could take anything that they were going to give to me and give it to their little boy because he acts more like a girl anyway, and he needs the security because I'll take care of myself like I always have. And we left it at that. We did talk on the phone after that a few times, but I never stepped foot in their house again, you know. So I don't like ultimatums. I don't do well with them. It's like you do this or this is going to happen. Oh, well, we'll see about that, won't we? Yeah. We'll see who's going to suffer for eternity, the obedient one or the disobedient one. You know, it boils down to that. Does God like me swearing? Maybe. Might depend. Does God swear? Yeah, there's verses that absolutely he did. So and does. So I bet he doesn't say, gee, damn it, but he might say damn it or damn you. Now that would be a bad one. Or I never knew you. When Doug tells me I don't know him, I tell him you're right. I don't, you know. I said I understand exactly what you are, but if you could surprise me, trick me, or lie to me, yeah, of course you can. You know, maybe not trick me, but lie to me, yeah. Or even omitting the truth, that's a lie. If people know something, especially about another person's life or something, and they're not open about it, that's a lie by omission. So, and I don't do well with that. So, anyway, so yeah, if people want to be mysterious like that, it's like, oh, you could never understand me. Of course, my mind, darling, is so tiny. I couldn't even conceive anything that you would think. You're so far above me that, and I'm so low. I better find new friends because like that are low like me because I just never gonna get that high. It's like I don't have a horse tall enough to ride next to your high horse. Here, have a ladder. Don't forget the fall's real bad. Yeah. Is it more painful to fall off a high horse or a low one? Oh, well, from experience, I can tell you they both hurt. So, yeah, it's like people that get horses and have other people break them. It's like, what's the matter, baby? Afraid of that animal? You should be. It's called respect. you know, Not something to take lightly. The tiniest little animal, even like a baby deer, their hooves can rip right through your guts with one kick. It's like, yeah, animals can be dangerous. But yeah, the human animal is the most dangerous. And the ones that would play with other ones' feelings, even if they brought it on themselves, like somebody going on Facebook to use it for a dating site. If you thought I was dateable and your hopes were dashed and you think you're going to punish me because of that, you're a fucking idiot. You know, I never made myself available to anybody. I never have in my whole life like that. Even when I was dating, I was not really open minded to letting anybody lead my life in any way like that because there's a few men out there that could be good leaders, but not any I've met in person. Maybe a couple, maybe like good family people, or maybe. How many millions of times have I heard people say he's a good man? Really? Or she's a good woman? Okay, whatever you say. you know Sure, I believe that. You know what I mean? There's so few and far between, it's not even funny. So, yeah, making friends is important to me, but I don't like people guilt tripping me. So, and yeah, I could be really cruel, but I'll just leave her there because if I say any more, I will be getting really nasty, and I don't want to be that bad. So I'll just leave it at the medium I'm at right now because people. Um, oh, here's one too that I saw yesterday on Leak Project was a man that was talking about like embracing your dark side and uh it's all the same frequency. Eh, no, no. I wrote, no, I'm not going to embrace the bad in me and I'm going to strive to be a better person always. And the only time that I'll let the dark out is when I'm allowed to slay the demons. And then he wrote that like Satan's got basically a bad rap and like he's not the bad guy and whatever. And I wrote, oh yeah, he is the bad guy. And other things like that. He was trying to promote like uh embracing the darkness in ourselves. No, no, thank you. I'm dark enough without embracing it. When I can have it entirely gone, I'll be myself and I'll be a happy woman. And it is miserable with the feelings. It's not the thoughts that aren't mine. Yeah, I can think some awful dark thoughts. I just know when I'm not under um suppressed by a dark force that I'll be more at liberty to be myself without those thoughts entering my mind. Well, I'll own my dark thoughts. Absolutely, I will. As a matter of fact, there's days where I feel allowed to display them, and this is one of those days. So, whatever. In other words, I'm going to treat you on the level you treat me because I'm sick of all this love your neighbor shit. If you don't act like my neighbor, I'm going to treat you like the stranger you're acting. So, well, I'll leave it there today saying hello. Um, I love you all, and some of you are absolutely precious to me. You know who you are, and air hugs to you, and have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace.